What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live here on a Monday. I was having camera issues before going live with this stream, and I'm going to have to fix it while live, unfortunately. But hopefully all of you are having a good day today. Hopefully your week started off right. My week obviously did not start off right with these cameras. Okay, there we go. I'm good to go for now. We should have Eric here in a second. I was actually going to start the stream on time, but then Eric said he's going to be here like 3:40 and didn't get his picks in, so I'm just going to wait for him to kick this thing off. But we have a chat poll. We also have a Q&A section. All right, so we're going to do a quick Q&A after picks against the spread. We're going to go off the questions in that Q&A section, so go to the top. We also have our picks against the spread tracking sheet as well if you guys want to view that, if you guys are curious. Anyway, also got a chat poll. We're going to talk a little bit about a Jarris Walker trade idea because it seems like it's very split between definitely and hell no. That's very interesting, but I'm going to start trying to post these streams live earlier, or at least schedule them, and give you guys like a poll and a Q&A section so we can just kind of hit the ground running and give you something interesting to talk about before we kick off the stream. Anyway, what's up, chat? Good to see you. We'll see when Eric jumps in here. With that being said, let's just jump into picks against the spread. Once again, picks against the spread is brought to you by BetUS. There's a link in the description box below. They'll give you a 125% deposit match. I got a new show that I'm appearing on for BetUS TV starting on Friday. So hopefully you guys check that out. Should be fun doing different content for BetUS. So shout out to them. They've been a great sponsor all year long. If you want to get in on any of the action shown in picks against the spread, all the spreads, money line, over under numbers are brought to you by BetUS. As we take a look at the standings, Aeromancer is now in a tie with Chat for first. Chat, you're still at the top, but you're not alone. Aeromancer has been doing really, really well. We got a tie for first. We got a tie for third. Connor and Chase 3 games back. We got a tie for fifth. Crushables and Eric are 6 games back. A tie for seventh. Me and Jackson are 7 games back. Jackson was actually doing very well the first month of the season, but has been struggling mightily lately. So have I. 4-8 was the worst record. Me, Trevin 503, and Chat, we all went 4-8 on last Wednesday. We actually did it on Wednesday. Shout out to Zach and Crushables for going 8-4. That was the best record. Steven's still down there in last, but only a game out of 11th, only 2 games out of 10th, and only 12 games out of first. We got 13 games today. So we got a lot of action to get to, and these standings could wildly change. Double downs, we're below 500. Overall, we're below 500. We have been struggling lately, and that's because the favorites have been struggling lately. We are 318 and 396 when picking favorites. We are 275 and 216 when picking underdogs. Wild discrepancy there. We pick the favorite 59% of the time. That's why we started to struggle lately, because we do tend to pick the favorite more than the underdog. Trevin has the biggest skew. 69% of the time he picks the favorite. Chat, 66% of the time you guys pick the favorite. We've been picking more underdogs lately, though, as the underdogs have been performing better. Now, before we jump into game number 1, I have to get on one special guest, and his name is Eric Brandt. Okay, hello. As we jump into game number 1, Eric is here. My webcam disappeared. Let me copy this. Hold on. Let me copy this webcam and fix everything, because everything was glitching for me. Eric, how's it going?
Oh, fine. Just running a little crazy after work. How's everyone doing?
Okay. We'll do that. And we'll do that.
You're on the first game?
Chat figuring it out. Yeah, we are on the first game. I haven't read it off yet. There we go. I got my webcam fixed. I'm just going to have to copy it to every scene. I have 3 camera feeds like set up, but I cannot connect them to my webcam, so I keep copying and pasting more. Now I have 4. So I don't know. It's weird. But for game number 1, we're at 3 picks in. Detroit's hosting Indiana. Indiana is a 7.5 point road favorite.
Is this just me picking, or is there everyone picking right now?
Everyone's picking. What do you mean? What's picks against the spread?
No, I mean, like, I'm not having to catch up on anything.
No.
So the first
No,
one.
I waited.
Thank you. All right, so injuries. Let me bring it up here. We got Pacers have Jalen Smith and Andrew Nembhard out. The Pistons have Marvin Bagley, Jalen Duren, and Monte Morris out.
I am muted. I was muted that entire time. I said, yeah, I added background music to every scene because I know there's a lot of dead air during picks against the spread. So if you guys like it, let me know. Sude likes it. That's good. Also, if I need to turn it down, you can also let me know. But yeah, that's what we're rolling with. Pacers for Jackson and Trevin. Chase sent me his picks. He said he was going to try to be in chat, though, so I did not plug him in. Oh, Chase did not send me his picks, so hopefully he's in chat.
I'm going to take the Pacers as well. Hope they don't have a hangover from the in-season tournament.
What is Owerfee? Oh, man. Okay, Pacers for Eric. We got Connor in here. That's good. Aeromancer says he's good at Excel. Hopefully he's good at making his picks in a timely manner as well. That kind of rhymed. Pistons for Arrow. Arrow's going with the Detroit Pistons. No Zach, Eric. No Zach.
Let me call him, see if he answers live on air.
Mm-hmm. And no Chase. I'll call Chase while you call Zach.
All right. See if Zach answers.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Zachary, how are you?
Hey, am I late for the stream?
Huh?
Am I late for the stream?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's been a busy day, hectic. Sorry, I'll be right there.
All right, sounds good, Zach. See you in a minute.
Hey, stream, what's going on, you guys?
Oh, you got an answer and I did not.
Oh, man.
Chase was like, I'm going to send you my picks before, but I should be there in stream too. So I was like, oh, yeah, Chase will be fine. Not only did he not send me his picks, he's also not here. So you hate to see it. Tori got rejected. Yeah, I'm used to it, though. I'm used to it. Connor went Pacers, right? Connor went Pacers. Chat, you guys went Pacers. I was ready well before stream, and this is going to be a stream where everybody makes their picks slow and isn't here. It's always a fun adventure.
Shame.
Anyway, I did a Q&A, so if you guys have questions, ask it in the Q&A section. Do you guys understand how to ask questions in the Q&A section? Because I think we have 0 questions in the Q&A section.
I don't see how to do it.
Connor is Pistons? Okay, Connor's Pistons. All right. Yeah, I kind of assumed you were Pacers. Tori can't read. I got a lot going on. I need to film this from my point of view. Like this stream running picks against the spread. I just need to film it one day from my point of view. Because it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Where is the Q&A section? Oh, Zach went Pistons. It should be at the top of the chat. Should be like a pinned thing. All right, Zach is Pistons. Chase is pissing me off. Just kidding. Next game, we got Orlando hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Magic are 1.5-point home favorites.
All right. Cavs are without Evan Mobley, Karis LeVert, Ty Jerome, and Ricky Rubio. The Magic are without Jonathan Isaac, Markelle Fultz, and Wendell Carter Jr.
I believe in magic, like how the song goes, so I am going with the Orlando Magic.
I feel like this was last Thursday's game in Cleveland, or no, was it in Orlando?
Yeah, they played each other recently.
The Cavs blew them out.
Mm-hmm. We got Cavs for Jackson, Magic for Trev, and Zach, you missed no games. And it was in Cleveland.
I'm going to take the Magic.
Okay, Eric's going Magic.
How's your day going, Tori?
Oh, hectic. Just had a company meeting with Hog Media, and then just figuring out some stuff with that. A lot of organizing and spreadsheets and such.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but other than that, put out a BetUS short. Shout out to them. And otherwise been chilling. I gotta finish graphics for a show that I'm working on for someone else tonight, and then watch the game and then do the post-game show. So it's like a full day of work.
Yeah.
This is kind of like my break in a way. All right, chat's going Magic. You got Connor Cavs. Arrow and Zach.
Arrow's
Still waiting
Magic.
on Zach. Arrow's Magic. Still waiting on Zach. Do.
What's up, AJ?
What's up, AJ? How you doing, bro? Still waiting on Zach. See, I need to replace the background music with Jeopardy music. What am I doing here? Magic! Let's go, Zach. All right, Magic. So Connor and Jackson, Cavs. Everybody else, the Orlando Magic. Next game is the Philadelphia 76ers hosting the Washington Wizards. We also had this game recently. The Sixers are 12-point home favorites.
All right. Where is this game? Washington is without Daniel Gafford, Landry Shamet, Johnny Davis, DeLon Wright, and Ryan Rollins. Philadelphia, there was some questions if Joel Embiid was going to play, but it looks like he is playing.
Apparently there's nowhere to send Q&A questions on mobile. All right, well.
There is nowhere to send them online either.
Okay, well, let's try again. Q&A.
Maybe when you put a poll, it makes it go away.
I don't know. It shouldn't. It was showing up for me. Maybe it was just because I made it before. All right.
Oh, there it is. But I think when you do to the next poll, it'll make that go away.
Okay, Wizards, and Connor says it'll be his double down. Alrighty. I'm going to take the... Wizards have kind of played close, but Embiid dominates the Wizards. I'll take the Sixers. Jackson taking the Wizards. Once again, Philadelphia has to win by 13 points or more to be the correct pick. If they win by 11 or less, then Washington is the correct pick. That's what the minus 12 means. 76ers for Arrow and Trevin. And then Eric.
I went 76ers.
Is going 76ers. And then Zach is going with Philly as well. Chat is going with it was Wizards when I ended it. Yeah, Wizards, 51% of the vote. You guys were very close on that one, but you picked an underdog. You chased the points. Good job. All right. Next game, you got the Charlotte Hornets hosting the Miami Heat, and Miami is 4-point road favorites.
All right, this one we got for Miami. They have Bam Adebayo, Haywood Highsmith, Tyler Hero, and Drew Smith out. For the Hornets, they have Mark Williams, Nick Smith, LaMelo Ball, Frank Ntilikina, and Cody Martin out. Poo-poo platter of injuries.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with, I'll just take the home team and the points.
I'm going to take the Heat.
Okay, Eric is going Heat.
Timeout for Borna.
What is wrong with him, bro? What is wrong with him? Jackson, Connor, Trevin, Arrow with the Heat. Alright, and then Zach went Hornets. And then Chat went with the Heat, 76% of the vote. And still no Chase. Game number 5. We got the Atlanta Hawks hosting the Denver Nuggets. Denver, 2.5-point road favorites. A lot of road favorites today.
Yep. All right, in this one, Denver is without Vlatko Konkar, but everyone else is playing. Atlanta Hawks have DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, Kobe Buffkin, and Muhammad Gee all out.
Alrighty, Chat, there's your poll. Arrow, let me go back and change that for you, because you said you went Heat. Alright. I'm going Nuggets.
I'm also going Nuggets.
Nuggets for Trevin and Jackson. He always is, Connor. He always is. He sent me a text message saying, ha ha ha. He's very funny. Alright, so we need Connor, Arrow, Zach. Chat just got this poll to 50-50. Connor, Arrow, and Zach taking their sweet time, man. Alright. Might be a Steven Island. Nuggets for Zach. Arrow's plugging in picks, so, like, he gets a pass. Chat was favoring the Hawks, and then a bunch of votes just came in on the Nuggets. We got Nuggets for Arrow, and we got Nuggets for Chat. And next game, we got the New York Knicks hosting the Toronto Raptors, and New York is a 4-point home favorite.
All right, Raptors are without Otto Porter Jr. and Christian Koloko. The Knicks are without Mitchell Robinson and Emmanuel Quickly is questionable.
I'm going Raptors. Raptors for Zach.
I'm going to take the Knicks.
Alrighty.
Trevin's Knicks.
Trevin is Knicks. Need Connor Jackson. Arrow. Toronto for Arrowmancer. Knicks for Connor. And Jackson is going with the Knicks. Alright. Let's try to make these picks a little faster. Knicks for chat. So, me, Zach, Arrow, Raptors, everybody else, Knicks. Next game, you got Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks hosting the Chicago Bulls, and the Bucks are 11.5-point home favorites.
All right, in this one, we have Alex Caruso, Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball out for the Bulls. For the Bucks, they're sitting out Chris Middleton, Chris Livingston, and Jay Crowder.
Rest in peace to the Chris's. Ooh, this one's tough.
I'm going to take the 11.5.
I as well.
Jackson and Connor are Bulls.
Okay. Arrow says give me the points as well, so Arrow is also Bulls. Zach is Bucks. And Trevin is Bucks as well. Chat is...
Underdog update, I guess. Did they just update?
Chris is playing.
Okay. A few minutes ago, Middleton went through his usual pregame warm-ups and isn't on the latest injury report, so may have been an erroneous report from a beat writer. We'll continue to monitor, but it looks like Middleton may play. Or it's good to go.
Huh. What do we do then?
It's just like questionable, I guess. Just like when we don't know.
Yeah. I'm not going to change my pick.
Yeah, I'm not either. Anyone who wants to change it, but I don't know why you would. Chris playing might be worse for them.
All right, Bulls for chat. They were heavy Bucks, and then they saw everyone go Bulls, and they were like, we will also go Bulls, because we are groupthink, and if the group thinks Bulls, we'll think Bulls. All right, next game, we got a battle of two Texas teams. The Rockets taking on the Spurs. Rockets are 9-point home favorites.
If anyone does want to change their pick, just let us know in chat. The Rockets or Spurs are without Charles Bassey. The Rockets have Reggie Bullock and Victor Oladipo out.
Arrow's chat goes with the majority pick 90% of the time. Arrow's started tracking that type of stuff. You can see everything in the spreadsheet tracker that should be pinned comment. I'm just gonna keep rolling with the Spurs, bro. At some point, I think they'll figure it out. Rockets for Jackson, Trevin, and Zach.
Yeah, I'm going to take the points as well with the 9 points.
Spurs for Connor. If I started posting like the underdog logo with like +9, like so it'd be Spurs +9, I wonder how that would change anything. I should just post the home team. Okay, waiting on Arrow and Crushables sent me the rest of his picks. He called me and like made his picks. So Crushables for this game went Rockets. And Arrow went... What'd Arrow go with?
Don't know.
Oh, Crushables went Spurs.
Going against your Rockets, man. Shame. Arrow went Houston.
Arrow is Houston, and then chat is San Antonio. All right. Next game, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the Utah Jazz, and the Thunder are 12.5-point home favorites.
All right. Utah is without John Collins, Lauri Markkanen, and Walker Kessler. The Thunder are without Lou Dort. God, 12.5 is... But the Jazz have been playing like crap. Alright, I'm gonna take the Thunder. Screw it.
They lost. They were 6-0, and then last picks against the spread, they...
I know, I doubled down.
I think they had a... Did they have a big spread last time, too?
No, I think it was only like 6 or something. I think they were playing a somewhat decent team.
Jazz for Jackson and Zach.
Trevin and Crushables are Thunder. Yeah, I got Trevin.
Yep, just need Arrow and Connor. Spread was -1.5 for the Thunder. OKC for Connor. Yeah, this is a tough one. Oh yeah, they lost to the Rockets. Chat is going Thunder. I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'll go Thunder as well. Arrow is gonna go Thunder as well. So Zach, Jackson, Steven, Jazz, everybody else. Thunder. Okay, next game, you got the New Orleans Pelicans hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Pelicans are 4-point home favorites.
All right, that is because Anthony Edwards is out along with Jalen Clark. Jaden McDaniels and Jordan McLaughlin both questionable. For the Pelicans, they're only without Larry Nance Jr. and Matt Ryan.
I just saw power rankings where the Timberwolves are the #1 team, and they're 17-4, and it just doesn't feel real. Like, I have not watched a second of Minnesota Timberwolves this year, actually. I just don't know why all of a sudden they're so good. Crazy stuff. Timberwolves for Zach.
Pelicans for Jackson, Connor, and Jackson Connor, Pelicans, crushable Timberwolves.
They're only 3-3 on picks against the spread games. Pels are 5-3. It's interesting. I typed the full team names in the poll. I don't remember this. What are you going with, Eric?
I'm going with the Pelicans. Arrowmancer is Timberwolves.
And we need Trevin.
Timberwolves.
Alright, Trevin is Timberwolves. And chat is Pelicans. Could be a split vote. We only have 11 people participating. Next game. 3 games to go. Going through these smoothly lately. Dallas is on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies as 1.5 point road favorites.
All right. In this one, we got where is it?
Let's see if chat waits for your injury report before voting. Nope, 2 people did not wait for the injury report. 3 people did not wait for the injury report.
We're exposing people.
Yep.
All right.
9 people did not wait for the injury
Dallas
report.
is without Tim Hardaway Jr., Grant Williams, Kyrie Irving, Josh Green, and Maxi Kleber. The Grizzlies are without John Morant, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Brandon Clark, Steven Adams, and Jake LaRabia is questionable.
Who's the starting lineup for Memphis?
Projected lineup is Derrick Rose, Desmond Bane, David Roddy, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Bismack Biyombo.
And the Mavs basically have Luka, and that's about it.
Luka, Seth Curry, Dante Exum, Derek Jones Jr., and Derek Lively are their expected starting.
I'm just going to take the home underdog. This game is gross.
I'm going to take the Mavericks.
Chat already has 35 votes, and they love themselves some Dallas, too. Alright. Chat is definitely going Dallas. I'm just going to plug it in right now into the graphic. I'll let it roll for double down percentage. Mavs for Crush.
Crush, Jackson, Arrowmancer, Connor, all Mavs. And Trevin.
So we need Zach and Jackson. Jackson's Mavs. And Zach is...
Zach is Grizzlies.
Alright, chat is Mavs 90% of the vote. And Zach, you said was Memphis. So me 503, Zach with the Grizzlies. Everybody else is Mavericks. Game number 12. We got the Sacramento Kings hosting the Brooklyn Nets, and the Kings are 4.5 point home favorites.
All right. The Nets are without Derek Smith Jr., Lonnie Walker, and Ben Simmons. The Kings are without Alex Len for sure. Malik Monk and Colby Jones are both questionable.
Who'd you say was out for the first team?
Nets, Dennis Smith Jr., Lonnie Walker, Ben Simmons.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Nets.
I'm also taking the Nets. How's it?
Nets for Connor, Kings for Trevin. Nets for Arrow. So Jackson Crush. Chat just does what we do, bro. Kings are at 67% of the vote. We put in both our picks. Now Nets are 58%. Oh, chat.
Do you really quickly want to try calling Chase one more time before these games get too far?
Yes, but he won't answer.
Yeah.
But I will try. See, and since I called it out, now they're picking Kings.
Shameful.
It's 50-50. Next vote seals it. Whoever wants to make up their own mind.
That's no Wi-Fi. Your call has been
Nets for chat. Chat has beaten all y'all. Chat is like 7-17 in their last couple of days. They are on the decline. They're falling off. Zach went Kings.
Chat's had
Jackson.
every pick the same as me except for the Wizards, I think.
What'd Crush go? Beam team. Got you. All right. We start making our picks at the end, Eric, is what I've decided. Last game is your Portland Trailblazers taking on the Los Angeles Clippers in a rematch of opening night, and the Clippers are 13-point home favorites.
All right, so we got some players we're not going to know the status of because Malcolm Brogdon and DeAndre Ayton are both questionable still. Chauncey said the other day they were both day-to-day. Don't know what that means, if they're likely to play or not. But Jeremy Grant, Ish Wainwright, and Robert Williams all out for the Blazers for sure. And for the Clippers, just Musa Diabate and Mason Plumlee out.
David Lester, yes, picking with the majority is hurting chat because the majority has been brutal lately. Like, we have gone from like 60 games above 500 to like 15 below. It's been a rough streak. It would be interesting to have like a graph. Arrow needs to make some graphs in our Google sheet. Collective graph of like how many games above and below 500 we are. That would actually be sick. That 4-32 day would just be a straight cliff. Part of me wants to just say Clippers and like if it's close then okay, at least we get a close game. But every time I do that, it's like the Blazers choke a lead. Like I did that against Golden State and the Blazers just choke a lead, and then it's just even more aggravating because it's not like I get a picks against the spread dub, you know?
Yeah.
Trailblazers for Zach.
I think I'm just going to take the points. Well, I think opening night the spread was like 9.5, and remember the Blazers had a 3 or something to put it to cover and missed it or something, and I think they ended up winning by 12.
Yeah.
But they had Grant and Ayton in that one.
Clippers for Trevin. I'll just take the points, screw it. Chat is going Blazers. Crushables is going... I hate how you said that.
Some team I've never heard of.
Yeah. Zers? What are the Zers?
Jackson said Blazers.
Jackson said I said Blazers. Cool, Jackson. I'm proud of you. You said Blazers ? So you did not say anything. If you leave a question mark after a sentence, you're not saying anything. You're asking something, sir. So Aeromancer is going with... He's bringing the stats. We haven't beat the Clippers since 2021, and we're 1-13 against them since 2019.
Yeah, we haven't played well.
Where's Arrow's pick? What's up, Umar? Oh, Clippers up there. Sorry. I'm running the stream and trying to find the picks. Whoops, that's not... Okay, Arrow went Clippers. Chat went Blazers. Yeah, any game that Chase missed the tip-off for, I think we just give him an L, because come on, bro. Anyway, time for double downs. Chat's double down is OKC, I believe.
It is the Mavs, 89%.
The Mavs. Oh, yeah, the Mavs, not OKC. Mixing up my blue-colored teams. All right. I'm gonna double down on the freaking... God. Is the background music changing? Because I keep looking at all the different picks. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, the Thunder should blow out the Jazz. I'm just gonna go OKC. Again.
I am going to take the Pacers. Even though I know better because they're going to have a hangover from Vegas.
You haven't seen the score of the game yet?
No, that's tip-off.
Yeah, it's alright, but I trust you.
I can pick a different game if you want me to.
It's fine. I don't even know the score. We'll see it pop up on the bottom ticker. Alright, read me the rest for the people in chat. I'm gonna...
It's 18-18. So.
Yeah, that's fine then. Mavericks for Crushables. Magic for Steven. We like doubling down on blue teams, is what I've realized.
I have to put Hornet in another time.
I need to get on mobile, and because you can customize the length of the timeout. Why is he spamming Crushables, bro? What is wrong with him? Embarrassing. Thunder is 503. Just got that from him. All right. So need Zach, Trevin, Jackson, Connor, Arrow. What are those?
Trevin is Nuggets.
Trevin is Nuggets.
Jackson Mavericks.
Okay, Jackson.
Zach's, I believe, was the Pistons.
All right, Zach is Pistons.
Connor Wizards,
right? Yeah.
I think Crushables. Oh, wait.
Need Arrow. Crushable said Mavericks, right?
Yeah, Mavericks too. That's my double down too. I didn't know if he was talking about the Blazers that he just picked or the Mavericks, like chat.
Eric didn't get the message. He didn't pick a blue team. Although wait, it's the Pacers.
Yeah, the Pacers are blue.
Well, on my graphic today they were yellow, but there we go. When we got all blue teams. Look at us, chat. It's very hard to see who's different games. So me and 503, we got the Thunder. Crushables and chat got the Mavericks, and so does Aeromancer. Steven is on the Magic. Connor's on the Wizards. Zach's on the Pacers. Zach's on the Pistons. Eric's on the Pacers. Trevor's on the Nuggets. And Chase is on the bench. Forever. That is picks against the spread once again. If you want to get in on any of the action, use BetUS. Link in description box below. Anyway, I need a 2-camera setup. Wait, let me just do this. This is how I'm gonna do it with all my camera problems. There we go. Cool. Q&A. Let's see. Did you guys even ask us anything? We got 2 questions. Arrow, This is a test? Yes, it worked, Darrow. Good job. And Zach, who are you most confident in finishing top 4 in picks against the spread this year? Bottom 4. I'm confident in me, myself, and I, and no, not chat. Steven.
Yeah, I'll say Steven too for bottom 4. I will say chat for top 4 because they're consistently up there because of the hive mind thing.
Yeah.
And because they pretty much copied my picks tonight, so they're gonna do pretty good. So.
Yeah. We'll see how this looks on Thursday.
It's bunched up though. I know I wasn't here for the standings, but
yeah, it is bunched up. It's interesting. Arrow's tied with them. So, all right, we got to talk about. So I did a chat poll at the start of the stream. I forget the results, but it was basically: would you trade Jeremy Grant for Jarris Walker, a first-round pick that's top 8 protected from Indiana and salary filler? And the results were, I had four answers, like yes, but I'd hesitate, and then I had like a hell yeah or a definitely, I think it was, and then I had like a no, but I wouldn't be mad about it, and then I had like a hell no, right? So like people were either vehemently for it or vehemently against it. The middle two options like barely got votes, and it was about 50-50 between people vehemently for it and vehemently against it, and I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, I put this trade idea on Twitter a couple days ago. Had 66 replies. I would say it was very much just like that. Had a ton of quote tweets as well. It was very much split like that. Some people telling me I'm stupid, and some people saying you take that immediately if you're the Blazers. Some people saying, why would we trade Grant? That's so dumb.
It's just funny because like you're getting a 8th overall pick that's a rookie right now who hasn't even had a chance at all, and you're getting another first for Jeremy Grant. That is insane value. That is actually, I can't hope for anything better for Jeremy Grant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can realistically hope for anything better. Jarris Walker I love Jarris Walker as a prospect, but like a top 10 pick from this past year's draft and another first, I mean, the thing is, if we traded Jeremy Grant for seconds at the deadline, then the narrative would be his contract, he was overpaid. That's all we could do was get seconds. Nobody wanted to trade for him, right? But right now, beforehand, it's like he's worth the 8th overall pick from last year and another first. I mean, that's insane value. And you get a guy, I've talked about it, the Blazers need a physicality edge up front. They don't have a physicality edge at all in the front court. And you're also very guard reliant. And in the long term, you might see a lot of Shaedon Sharpe at the small forward position, right? And it's going to be hard for him to have any sort of edge in terms of strength or physicality at that position. So you need guys that can bang up front, right? And the biggest area this plays out is defending low post and bodying people off of boards, but also just to have that presence, right? That edge. If you're going to be a team with an edge, I feel like you have to have a certain level of physicality at a couple of positions. And the thing is we try and play physical defense. We foul like crazy, but we don't have like that big, strong body up front. It would be nice to have it both the power forward and center spots. Jarris Walker is that, but that's not why I love his game. It's because he can pass. Like, he has upside as a secondary playmaker. Defensively, really, really good, well-rounded. 35% from 3 in college. Should be able to shoot the ball. Should be able to handle a little bit. I mean, that's the type of prospect whose tools you take a chance on. Regarding prospects, I'm all about a combination of different tools and then betting on that. And then you try and develop the weaknesses. He has an interesting combination of tools that would make this team look different down the line. And he's more well-rounded. If you're going to be centering your team around a bunch of guards long-term, you probably want a more well-rounded front court unless one of those front court players is a legitimate star.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant, unfortunately, is not a legitimate star. So you'd probably rather him be a more well-rounded player who is more versatile defensively, better defensively, and could rebound better.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, depending on what the filler is, my idea was have the filler be like T.J. McConnell, Jordan Nwora, and one of their other cheap ones, whether that's Shepherd or whoever. It's not really important, but we could use trade exceptions to do that, and it would actually create a $22 million trade exception if we didn't take on Buddy Hield or someone making more than $9 million. So that's quite a huge trade exception. And also in the future, I think starting this next offseason, there's different ways you can use trade exceptions to sign free agents and stuff too. So that might be something to look into, having an extra like $22 million to spend in free agency, and maybe you get expirings, or so, you trade TJ for an expiring or something, and you have a lot of money off the books, so you're not fighting the tax next offseason.
Yep. Shout out to JD Dev with a $5 donation. Says, trade talk Brogdon to the Pacers. They have plenty of picks and could use him backing up Halliburton. Thank you for the donation, my guy. And then said after that crap, did I miss you guys already start talking about this? Yeah, we're talking about Grant. I think Grant makes more sense considering they're starting Obi Toppin at the 4 and they want like a two-way forward. Now, I think Jeremy Grant's defense is a bit overrated, but I could see the Pacers viewing Jeremy Grant as a piece that would help them out a lot and would fit them offensively. Up-tempo offense, he'd be intriguing in that offense, and then defensively can provide a little bit of something. Rebounding with him and Turner is rough, but I think Jeremy Grant makes more sense. If they have interest in Brogdon, then you try and I mean, I would trade Brogdon for Jarris Walker straight up in a heartbeat. Like, I would do that easily.
Yeah, the problem is, I mean, unless they traded Hield too, I don't know. They have Hield, they have Mathurin already, they have Nembhard,
Bruce Brown.
Do they really want another guard? Is that their focal point? I think it's a front court forward is what I've heard they're interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, so different teams will prefer Brogdon, different teams will prefer Jeremy Grant. Us, in the past with Damian Lillard, we would have preferred Jeremy Grant more than Brogdon if both of them were on the table as potential Blazer trade targets. So it just depends on the team's makeup. If they have a lot of guards, they're probably more likely to want Grant. If they have a lot of forwards, not enough guards, then they're probably going to want Malcolm Brogdon.
There's some
like
teams
a team
that
could,
probably
like,
want both.
Miami probably could use both. Who knows if they trade with us, though. So there's teams that would also want both, yeah.
Lakers could probably use both.
Yeah. So I will have a trade talk video talking about like young targets for the Blazers to go after, going live probably Wednesday.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of talk. So there is some rumor that the Pacers are trying to get both Siakam and OG. I mean,
good luck.
Knowing what we know about trying to deal with Toronto, especially for both of them instead of just one of them. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. But the Siakam to the Hawks rumors are heating up again today. And I think if Siakam gets traded to a team like the Hawks, I think it's good for our Grant value because he becomes like the next. It kind of sets the market for what. I mean, obviously Siakam's better than Grant, but Siakam's also a free agent, and you don't have him locked up for several years. And I think some teams, the contract might be, a negative part. Some teams might value that you have him locked up and don't have to worry about a contract. I don't know. Indiana was rumored to want expirings, but to me that doesn't make sense. Why would you want an expiring that could leave if you give up a bunch of assets? If you're a small market team, wouldn't you rather have a guy that's locked in for 4 more years after this one so you can keep him and you can always retrade him if you need to. So I think Grant makes more sense for the Pacers.
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher says, do you think Pritchard will even entertain a trade with us? I thought he hates Portland because of how they fired him. I mean, that is potentially something that could be a problem, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, back in 2017, that was the rumor that he wasn't going to deal Paul George to us because of that. But at the same time, Paul Allen was still alive back then. Now we have a different owner, different general manager who was here. Cronin was here when Pritchard was here, so Cronin and Pritchard would know each other. I don't know if Pritchard liked Cronin or not, but I guess that would probably be what it came down to. If Pritchard doesn't have a problem with Cronin, he's probably fine trading with him. If he doesn't like him, I don't know if Pritchard still holds a grudge now that Allen's passed away.
Yep. And then keys to the game tonight, the Blazers taking on the Clippers in LA, rematch of opening night where the Blazers got absolutely slaughtered. Hopefully it's a little bit more competitive this time around.
And they came back and made it close at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they do. Every time they get blown up by 30, they like make it look better at the end. And you can say, wow, they didn't lose by that much. It wasn't that bad of a game, even though they were like dead in the water in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a Blazers thing right there. But keys to this game, I mean, you got to find a way to guard Kawhi and PG. Those guys went off on opening night. Now they got James Harden too, so...
And they've been playing really well lately.
Yeah. So Jeremy is questionable, you said, or is he out?
Jeremy's out for sure.
Yeah, so that's obviously a loss there. So, like, Tamani's going to have his work cut out for him. Would maybe... If Brogdon comes back, you're going to have the 4 guards, so it's going to be interesting to see what they go with. I mean, it's hard to really preview this game without knowing if Brogdon and Ayton play. But you're going to have some talent on the floor tonight if they do. It just comes down to slowing down the Clippers. Like, you're going to have some offensive talent with Ayton, with Brogdon, with Sharpe. Like, that's guys that can score the ball.
Well, we don't know if Brogdon and Ayton are playing.
I said if Brogdon and Ayton are playing, you're going to have some talent on the floor.
Yeah. And I think we need Ant and Sharpe probably to both go off in this game. We probably need Reith to hit some threes if he's the starting center. And then rebounding will be a key. Zubac is someone who has hurt us on the offensive rebounds in the past. And
went for 20 and 12 on opening night against us.
So I've got to find a way to keep him off the glass and not get extra possessions after you get a stop. But yeah, I really think it'll just come down to whether we get a big Ant or Sharpe game. And if not, I think we're in a lot of trouble.
How many more years do y'all expect the Blazers to be in the lottery? This year and then the next 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to just say that outright because, you could hit on a draft pick that helps right away and increase that, or, Scoot could figure things out, or, you could, in theory, start maybe the perfect player becomes available and you start using some of your future draft capital to get that guy now instead of later on.
Yeah, if you had to guess, though, what do you? Yeah. I'm guessing 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I actually think, and I hate this, but I think the pressure after, like, I'm just assuming we're going to be like bottom 7 or whatever in the lottery this year. I think the pressure next summer to not be in that position again might lead them to try and take some shortcuts to try to please some of the fan base. Because we saw it with the, like what I was talking about with my replies to my trade idea. And that's just so many people were like, I don't want any more young players. I want an entertaining team that's battling for the play-in and stuff like that. So, well,
I'll just say this. Gray says 3 years, no way. Well, Gray, you said they're winning 40 games this year. That's not happening, bud. Like, it's going to be a process. I mean, that's very possible that they short-circuit it, but that would be a mistake. They should not pull a Chicago Bulls and short-circuit their rebuild and then just, like, lose a first-round series and then be screwed, right? Like, they should have Franz Wagner and Wendell Carter Jr. on that team right now. Instead, they got Nikola Vucevic. Good job, guys. So, props to the Magic for trading Vucevic because they got Wagner. They got Wendell Carter Jr. Now look at the Magic. The thing is, you can go from a rebuilding team to a, like, legitimate playoff team in a year if you're patient. If you short-circuit it, and try and do it earlier than when your young guys are ready, normally you don't make noise anyway. So that's the problem. Like, look at OKC. Look at the jump they've taken this year. Look at Orlando and the jump they've taken this year, right? Like, last year Orlando sucked. OKC, like, made their way to a play-in, but they didn't do it by getting veterans. They did it by developing their young core and continuing to add to it. Obviously, drafting Jalen Williams was a huge help last year as a rookie, right? So that's the way you do it, because that's when you can jump into being a legitimate playoff team. Short-circuiting that to try and make a play-in or like get a 7 or an 8 seed and then probably lose in the first round makes it less likely to take that leap that Orlando and OKC have made so far this season. So, I mean, this front office is... I've criticized them, but if you're just looking forward, they cannot be prisoner of the moment in terms of, oh man, the fans are tired of this, so we just need to do something to please them. They can't let prisoner of the moment fans dictate their decisions. And if they do, they are not cut out to run a team, because you have to have a plan. So what's their plan right now? Is their plan to rebuild, retool, develop? Or is it to pretend we're the Sacramento Kings who haven't made the playoffs in 15 years and like desperately just want to get into the playoffs even if we lose in the first round?
Yeah. I have a feeling there's going to be some teams like the Pacers we just talked about. I think they are going to, because they already have Halliburton asking, not in like a rude way or like a do it or I leave way, but he's already asking the front office for help this year to make a run. And so, yeah, I think if they start doing stuff like the trade you mentioned where you're trading Jarvis Walker in a first, it's starting to think a little bit like that, where you're trying to go short term instead of building your team out the right way. But I wouldn't put it past this organization. Like I definitely think that would be something they would think about is making sure that they don't lose the fan base.
Yeah, which is ridiculous, quite frankly. So, I mean, we'll see, but I'll probably drop a video about this very topic that we discussed at some point as well, because there's a lot of people getting impatient, even though they wanted to rebuild, which they didn't understand what they were signing up for when they asked for a rebuild.
Yeah, and your Thunder example, okay, they'll make the playoffs this year, it looks like, but this is their 5th year since rebuilding. It's actually their 6th year, but their first year, Chris Paul goes crazy and they make the playoffs and are competitive. But after that, they trade Chris Paul and
they went 2 years without being in the playoffs. In the last year, well, they 3 years without being in the playoffs, but last year they made the play-in.
The play-in, yeah, but they didn't make the playoffs.
This year is going to be our 3rd year without making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
22, 23. Wait, no, they missed it in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Yeah. So this year is going to be our 3rd year missing the playoffs, and I don't expect us to be in the play-in. So we're already, in a way...
4th year, sorry. I was a year off.
Yeah, we're already, in a way, close to as deep as OKC was into their rebuild this time last year. Right? The thing is they cashed in on Paul George in a way that, like, we didn't cash in on Dame. Like, they cashed in for Paul George. We didn't get a future top 10 player in the league and, like, 6 first-round picks, right? So it's a little different, but we've already been... this is going to be our 3rd straight year in the lottery.
Yeah, but... Okay, so this is what I'll say to... Because it's weird, Tori, because so many people that aren't fans of OKC... like gush about how they did it, right? And that's what I think almost everyone who was pro trading Dame, if you could have traded our situation with the Thunder situation, they would have taken it, right? Would you agree on that? Would Chad agree with that? Like everyone would say, if you can start a rebuild with a bunch of future firsts and like just the way they did it, I think most people would want that, right? And so here's the thing, though. In this exact situation this year, the Thunder, if they were in our position, Presti's not keeping Jeremy Grant. He's not keeping Malcolm Brogdon. He's cashing those guys in for as many picks as he can. And that's why it doesn't make sense to me that people try to say that, oh, look how OKC did it. They did it the right way. And then they say, well, we need these veterans around. We need to be entertaining, and we need to try and win, and we can't tank or whatever. And so it's just it's funny because Grant and Brogdon and probably Robert Williams before this summer even. I mean, I know we couldn't have traded Grant this summer, but the other two we could have traded. Those guys would have been gone before the season even started. And if not, they would have waited till they had some value and traded them. And yeah, so if you want to be like OKC, you kind of got part of the way there with some of the moves you made to get, you trade Dame and then you flip Drew and you get a bunch of swaps and future picks and stuff. But I think you have to go fully. And the thing is, you still have Sharpe, you still have Anthony, you still have Scoot, even if you trade all those guys. So you can have a pretty decent core start to it. You still got a good pickup in Kamara. You still have Ayton. But you need to start adding the assets to get stuff done.
Well, let me word it this way. The goal should be to get a better starting power forward and or center than Jeremy Grant and DeAndre Ayton. And the only way you get there if you keep Jeremy Grant and DeAndre Ayton is by divine intervention where we're bad enough or lucky enough or both to get like Cooper Flagg in next year's draft.
Yeah, you could get lucky and just...
But the thing is it increases our chances. If we trade those guys, it increases our chances to get Cooper Flagg in next year's draft. You know what I mean?
But so the Thunder had... It's not just being bad, so they tanking to get the second pick or whatever, but they had multiple other picks and they could move around. So they take a chance on an Ousmane Dieng. It could pan out or it could not. But you swing for the fences with high upside, and then you can maneuver to the draft as well to get a Jalen Williams, and you hit it out of the park with Chet and Jalen Williams, and you just start climbing, and your ceiling just gets exponentially higher because you're making these good moves and stuff. So that's why I understand, like, I'm not going to argue with you if you like Jeremy Grant. Like, I like Jeremy Grant. I like Malcolm Brogdon. It has nothing to do with those guys. It's just, in my opinion, if you want to someday talk about our team in contention for a championship, I think right now we have to look at it like we have to take chances with young players and picks and just hope you hit a home run. And the more you avoid that situation, I just think no matter how much short-term gains you get from it, that it will eventually make it so that the ceiling is much harder to achieve.
Yep. Agree. We can talk about this more on the post-game show tonight. We'll go live around 10 p.m. or so. Going to try and have that ready to go, considering it is a late 7:30 game. Other than that, anything else, Eric?
No, just thanks everyone for watching. Hope to see you guys later tonight.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Anyway, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hopefully you enjoy the game tonight and can catch us on the post-game show. With that being said, we're out of here. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.